Bitcoin can be hard to understand, so I'm going to attempt a simple and short explanation. It could be for your grandma or for anyone non-technical. First off, you may see this picture of a coin in the news and media. Get that picture out of your head. Bitcoin is never anything you hold in your hand. Bitcoin is digital, meaning it's on computers and used by computers, and I'm going to use analogies. It's not a coin analogy, it's more like a checkbook. So if you send money from a person or receive money, you would write it in your checkbook that you got money or you sent money. That's all Bitcoin is. It's a recording of like a ledger. And imagine if instead of having your own checkbook, there was just one giant shared checkbook that all the transactions were recorded into. That's what Bitcoin is. It's a shared ledger that all the computers around the world running Bitcoin share this ledger, and that prevents cheating. But when you write a check, you write it to somebody's name, and Bitcoin's anonymous, so think of it like using P.O. boxes that are just numbers. So it doesn't use your name, it uses a number that you own. You own the key to that P.O. box, the P.O. box where the money is sent to. And there's so many numbers, so many P.O. boxes that everyone can have a different one and they don't collide. And everyone can see your P.O. box number, but your key is also a number that only you have. And the key also works like a pen for signing a check. The key can get money out of your P.O. box, and when you send a transaction, that digital key, the long number, is used to add a new transaction. And just like your checkbook has pages, Bitcoin ledger has pages that are called blocks. And that's why it's called the blockchain. Every 10 minutes, a new set or bundle of transactions is added to the blockchain, which is just like adding a page in your checkbook that records transactions. So every time you want to send money out of your P.O. box or your address, you will add a recording fee or transaction fee to that transaction. It's like adding a postage stamp. And then you send it off to the computers running Bitcoin, and they have like a pile of envelopes, this pile of checks to be delivered. And they can pull from this pile every 10 minutes, and they can add a new page in the checkbook. And that's part of the incentive on how your check gets sent. They will keep that postage stamp when they record it. So that explains how transactions are recorded, but where does Bitcoin come from? Where does the money come from, you might be wondering? Well, you can think of Bitcoin as not only them sharing a ledger, these computers, but they're also playing a game. And they share the rules of the ledger, but also share rules of the game that they play. And the game is kind of like if you ever went to a carnival and somebody has to guess your weight or guess your age and then they win. It's kind of like that game. So it's like the computers are competing to guess the weight of that batch of transactions, that batch of letters. And they have to guess it exactly. So exact that it's very difficult to guess, and it takes on average about 10 minutes for one of these computers to guess the weight of that batch of transactions. So about every 10 minutes, one of them will win. And when they win, the rules of the game say you win a little bit of money, you win a little bit of Bitcoin. So this is why they're competing to record transactions every 10 minutes. So in summary, Bitcoin is like, mailing a check where you have to add a postage stamp, and that can take up to 10 minutes for it to be delivered, which sounds pretty good, but what if you want to spend money like you go to buy coffee and you just want to pay then and you don't have to pay a fee? You can just pay instantly, like cash out of your wallet. Well, this is where another layer comes in called Lightning Network. So to use the Lightning Network, you think of it like sending a check to the Lightning Network, and then you're allowed to pass around IOUs. And everyone can use these IOUs, and if you cheat using the IOUs, you might be punished for it by the Lightning Network rules, so there's not cheating happening. So you can send the IOUs instantly, and there's no fees. So this is great, and you don't need to settle back to the checkbook until you want to. So you might send $100 in the Lightning Network and can transact instantly without waiting, without fees. And then maybe you spent 90 bucks on the Lightning Network and you settle back to the checkbook that you only have $10 left. So think of the Bitcoin checkbook ledger like things that you don't do often. It might be like you get paid there. It's like your saving account or your bank. Whereas the Lightning Network might be the things you want to spend day to day, a smaller amount, like a smaller amount of cash you keep in your wallet. Those would be the use cases of these two things. So you don't need to understand the technical details of Bitcoin to use it. If you start to look at using a wallet, these are some of the terms you're going to see, and a wallet will manage everything for you. It will manage your keys, your address, and sending transactions. So these terms, hot and cold, means that hot is something that you're going to use daily and is connected. Cold is something like if I wrote down my key to my address on paper and put it under my mattress, that would be cold because it's not connected. Custodial and non-custodial, think of like custodial is like your bank, where your bank holds your money, and non-custodial means that you hold your keys. So even your wallet on your phone or your computer stores your keys and no one else has them. That's also like keeping money under your mattress where you have control. So wallets can be on your phone or your PC, or even there's newer ones that are just on the web. And some common ones down below, Electrum and Blue Wallet. It's Electrum's for PC, Blue Wallet's for phone. They both have good supportive standards, meaning that if you back up your keys, you can import them later from various wallets. Moon Wallet is one on your phone that handles both Bitcoin and Lightning together, and so you don't need to worry about the difference between the two. Some of these wallets do only Bitcoin, some Lightning, some both. Then there's newer wallets coming out. So try a trusted wallet and protect your own keys. That's the lesson to always remember, protect your own keys. So I hope this helped you understand Bitcoin. I hope you will try out Bitcoin even with just a small amount to learn it and learn how to manage it, because it's going to be an important part of the future.